The last few slides in the notes have talked about using the Binomial CDF function on the calculator to find the probability of more than one event. So what I want to do on these next few pages is just look at what the calculator is doing for us. We're not actually going to answer the question, what's the probability of at most 2? I just want to look at what is the calculator adding together for us to find that when we use the Binomial CDF function. Okay? You're going to have to be looking for these key words, so you're going to have to know what the calculator is doing for you in order to enter the right value. So at most 2 means it can be 2, but it cannot be anything greater than 2. It has to be less than 2. So we want x less than or equal to 2. So the calculator is going to build this table for you over here on the left hand side, and it's going to take the values for 2 and less and add them up for you. So it's going to add the probability of 0 plus the probability of 1 plus the probability of 2. That's what the calculator is doing for you when you use that Binomial CDF function. Let's look at the next one. The probability of less than 2. If you're less than 2, you are not equal to 2. So this would be x is less than 2. That means the calculator still builds this table for you, but it's just going to look at the 0 and the 1, not 2. So the probability of 0 plus the probability of 1. And again, we're not actually going to be answering these questions. I'm just trying to show you what the calculator is doing for you. Now on the next page, we have the probability of at least 2. And that's where the 1 minus comes in at, when we're going to need 2 or more than 2. We have to do 1 minus the values less than. So, this one's a little bit trickier. The probability of at least 2. The calculator will figure out from here to here for you, or it will add 0 to 3 for you. It'll even add all the way up 0 to 5. However, it will not add 2 to 5. It won't do that for you, not using the Binomial CDF function. Okay? It'll add 0 and 1, but it will not add 2, 3, 4, and 5. That means we have to figure this out in a little bit more roundabout way. So we're going to take 1 and subtract the probability of 0 and 1. Okay, so at least 2 is 2 or more. So greater than or equal to 2. Let me write that in blue. So the reason why we're doing 1 is because the whole thing adds up to 1. We're finding the complement of the at least 2. So x is greater than or equal to 2. That would be 2, 3, 4, and 5. The calculator won't add those for you, but it will add 0 and 1. So we need to do 1 minus, and then what the calculator is going to do for you, it's going to do the probability of 0 and add the probability of 1. Now what you would need to enter into the calculator to get it to do that, and this is just kind of the table's there for you, but we would need to use the Binomial CDF, 1 minus Binomial CDF, and then you would have your number of trials, your probability, but what x value would we use? We wouldn't use 2 because then the calculator would include 2 in what it was adding. We would need to use a 1 because we only wanted to add 0 and 1. Now on the next example, it says more than 2. So that is x is greater than 2. So let's erase all of this over here on the side and think about what we really need to add up. If we want more than 2, we want 3, 4, and 5. So what the calculator is going to need to do is add up 0, 1, and 2 and subtract it from 1 to give us the total for 3, 4, and 5. So it's going to do 1 minus the probability of 0 plus the probability of 1 plus the probability of 2. So to enter that on your calculator, you would need to do 1 minus Binom CDF. Remember, this is cumulative, so that's where the C comes in at. And you're going to enter whatever your N is and whatever the P is for the problem that you're given. And then for your X value, you would need to go up all the way to 2, because that's part of what's going to have to be subtracted from 1. So I hope that helps. If you have questions about this, please email me or come see me so that I can help you.